Hi, everybody. Welcome to Road to the Show. Today I'm taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. And if you're wondering where Jay Happ is in this Road to the Show, well, he just got traded away for a first baseman. Looks like they had him down in AAA. The same Jay Happ that went 20-4 last year somehow was not on the roster. Anyway, there's the lineup. Troy Tulowitzki's really struggling, hitting under 100. I'm back up there hitting in the second spot of the lineup, but my average has dipped underneath 700 for I think the first time this year. It's been kind of hovering around 700, and I'd really like to get that up. Looks like I'm facing a lefty out there on the mound. Let's see what he's got. Oh, right down the middle. That one's gone. Here at the Rogers Center, it's kind of hard to see where the home runs land. I mean, that one we could kind of tell landed in the second deck, but a lot of times they just totally disappear from view. I kind of miss Coors Field and hitting there and seeing where the ball actually lands and hitting 500-foot bombs, but I'm sure I'll be traded again. It seems like in Road to the Show they do a lot of trades, so I'm going to probably demand like a $30 million contract. There's another one, pretty much the same spot. The same guy just caught back-to-back home runs. Well, not literally back-to-back, but 2 home runs in one game. That's been done a couple times throughout the years. One guy got 2 home runs. I know there was one guy in Cleveland that was kind of like hanging out on a stairwell maybe like 5 years ago. He's like an older guy, and he caught 2 home runs and made all the news. If you want to catch a home run in batting practice or a game, the best thing to do is just make sure you have range. That's the number one thing you can have. So if you're sitting in a crowded section, you need to be on an aisle so you can get into the staircase and move up and down. There's another one way out of view. The absolute optimal place to be would be in a completely empty row so you can move laterally side to side and also get to the staircase and then move up and down also. But I mean, it's tough in some of these stadiums that sell out all the time. Like here at the Rogers Center, I think they average like 40,000 a game, so you're pretty much packed in there. Here's a pop-up, by the way. So getting a home run at stadiums that are really sold out all the time, a little tougher, but it can still be done. There's usually strategic places you can stand where your chances will be maximized. Anyway, this game is a blowout because for some reason the Rays are just killing it. It's 10-4 right now, and I think I've probably accounted for every single run that the Blue Jays have scored. There's another one. So I don't know why they've been benching me like 2 out of every 3 games. Hopefully this opens up their eyes a little bit. Just keep me in the lineup. I don't really care about Kevin Pillar and whoever else you want to play in the outfield. You got to have my bat in the lineup. So this game's over. We lose the first one to the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays, by the way, are projected by pretty much everybody to finish in last place in the AL East. I can't say that I disagree. I think that they will probably be in last place. The Yankees are better than the Rays in my view. The Orioles are better. The Blue Jays, despite losing Edwin, are definitely better. And then you got the Red Sox, who are probably the cream of the crop in that division. There's a home run, by the way, leading off the game. So we're up 2-1 here. See if we can make this one a laugher going the other way in the Blue Jays' favor. Here's the pitch. And that one's roped up the middle, so I'll take a base hit. Don't really get too many base hits because usually, since I have my power ratings up, I hit a lot of homers. I'm leading the league in battings. Andrelton Simmons, 409. Todd Frazier hitting 393. That's a big surprise. Frazier, as you know, pretty much struggled to hit 200 last year because I think he mostly just cared about hitting home runs. He just hasn't been the same player after the home run derby in 2014 in Cincinnati. After that, he really trailed off in the second half. There's a wall scraper of a home run, just made it over the fence. Also on that list of league leaders in 2017 on the batting average chart, Michael Brantley. A lot of people kind of have forgotten about him, but he was an all-star in 2013, 2014, one of the best outfielders all around in the game. And he had that bum shoulder that made him miss. There's a double, hustle double. That bum shoulder made him miss pretty much all of last season except for a handful of games. And if he can just be himself, I mean, the Indians are going to be really good this year. They might win close to 100 games. With their rotation that they have, if they're all healthy, and their offense scored the second most runs in the entire American League. And now, yeah, you've lost Napoli, who hit you 30-plus home runs, but had kind of a low batting average. But you got Edwin Encarnacion now, who I think's better than Napoli. This game's over, by the way. And also Michael Brantley. Look out. So 7-4, the Blue Jays take that one. So the series is now 1-1. And now we're moving on to Game 3. There we see the records. Blue Jays have a winning record. Rays have a losing record. And this is the final game of the series, so I actually got to play all 3 games here. This was only a 3-game series after looking at the calendar. Next, we go out to Detroit and Comerica Park. Take a little road trip out there. And then I think after that, we head to New York City to take on the Yankees. So Comerica Park is a stadium I'm pretty familiar with. I've probably been, I'd have to check my database and everything, but I think I've been to Comerica Park at least 20 times. I usually get out there a few times a year, so maybe I'll look up my stats for the next video. That one's way gone. That one might be up there. Yep, second deck again. That's the thing about a stadium like this for home runs. Those like tiered decks are not really good for especially batting practice, because you might be camped out under a ball and it's coming right to you, and what happens? It just disappears into the second deck. That's really frustrating. Also, it adds a little extra wrinkle. There's another no doubt home run. In batting practice in stadiums like this, the ball will disappear, and I would say roughly a third of the time it comes bouncing back down, so you might have a chance at a ricochet. You usually have that in stadiums like in DC. That happens a lot over in right field. In Cincinnati, that happens in left field, where it'll hit off up in the second deck and then bounce down. This one's an easy can of corn, by the way. The Rays lineup has a lot of ex-Pirates on their team. They have Steve Pearce. Well, Pearce is actually on the Blue Jays this year. I think I saw Jeff Decker in there. He's an ex-Pirate. They've got Cervelli in this Road to the Show season. I guess he got traded for some reason to the Rays. I probably should have had a double right there, but I played it safe. That one would have been kind of close because I hit it so hard off the wall. All right, so it's 4-2. The game's getting a little closer, and it looks like I'm going to have to make a play here, but there's nobody on base, so if I botch it, I'm not really going to worry too much. That one's going to be gone, so nothing I can do about that one. No chance at that. That lands beyond the fence. Maybe some lucky fan with a ball retriever could get that one. And that's the game, so the Blue Jays take that game by a 1-run margin. We take the series 2-3. That will help our standing in the standings. There you see the standings. We're in first place. Checking out the Rockies. They're 2-14. Let's go check the Pirates real quick. The team that traded me away. That's the team that drafted me, but they didn't want me. And of course, they're 11-4 with a slightly better record than the Blue Jays. But thanks for watching, everybody. See you tomorrow.